everyone, this is CW Smith once again with another spoiler review. This one will be for The Flash, Season 4, Episode 12. The title of this episode was kind of hilarious because even though it is kind of related to an old movie. You'll see. This episode is Honey, I Shrunk Team Flash. Now that alone is also a reference to Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, the old Honey, I Shrunk the Kids movies. The old classic, the classic movies is real good. Anyway, as always, if you haven't seen the episode, go watch it. Then come back here for my spoiler review. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. It all kind of kicks off with Joe and Cecile building a baby crib because, you know, if you guys don't remember, Cecile is pregnant. If you don't remember that from the mid-season finale, she said to him that I'm pregnant because they are together and they're about to have a baby. And all of a sudden, we keep hearing some noises going, and then she's hearing what she's thinking, like what's going on? And she kept saying what she's thinking, but he didn't say anything. But she knows. I'm like, oh my god. Is she reading his mind? I'm like, does that mean what I think it is? And I kind of assumed that the baby was the meta. That's kind of affecting her brain in some way. But good thing it's not. It's human. Just regular person. Apparently, there were a little bit of dark matter inside her brain, but it wasn't from the dark matter from the bus. But it might have been someone from the first particle accelerated explosion, which was in season 1. I don't know if Cecile was around during that time. I don't know if there would be flashbacks of that part. But yeah, that was kind of strange, but kind of good, at the same time. And the funny thing was, you were guessing numbers. Cisco was trying to play with her, and she said, "Guess numbers." And she said, "Bulbasaur." And she gives a white Bulbasaur. It's the cutest one ever. I'm like, oh please, a Pokemon reference in the Flash. Okay, that alone is really cool. Like literally so cool. I don't think we ever got to hear a Pokemon reference in the Flash or Legends, to be honest. Like, wow, that's really cool. That is awesome. Anywho, and there's this new mayor of Central City that is inhaling the new Mercury Labs, or I think it's Mercury Labs, or I think it's just a building. And then all of a sudden, this guy that was standing there, he walked away, he looked all suspicious. And then all of a sudden, it got struck down. And like, does someone have meta-human powers that can have shrink ability? But I guess it was apparently. And wow, the building was shrunk down, and wow, that was so weird. And meanwhile, Mary is still getting used to prison, and still trying to figure out, still waiting to get out to be proven innocent. I really hope that they do that pretty sooner, not too long, because to be honest, I don't know if we want to wait that long. But I don't know if it's leaning towards the mid-season finale to have Barry out of prison. But anyway, and we know one Big Sur's story on how he got to prison. And apparently 15 years ago, there he was a big robbery and someone shot the cop. and he was there. I think the cops thought, security guard was shot, and the cops assumed that they were, and Big Sur was the guy who did it, and he wasn't. He lost hope. Hope is a bad thing, but Barry is not. Barry is hopeful. He's super hopeful, like really hopeful. Anyway, Cecile is liking her telepathic powers, and I think it might only be temporary, because and whatever. I don't know what was the main reason. It might be temporary, but yeah, I would probably think, yeah. And then it was Harry, Joe, and Cisco. Oh, and no, I'm sorry. Joe, Cisco, and Ralph. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. I lost my words. Okay, now they went into the guy's apartment. I can't remember his name though. It was Rob's. I think so with the R. It was the bald guy who has a shrink ability. And apparently he might have been one of the metas who was hit by the dark matter in the bus. And Cisco 5, Ralph and Joe into the alley, and they were trying to find it, but then he was seen in front of them, in front of Joe, and he shrunk Joe's car, and he hit them. He hit Ralph and Cisco with his powers, and apparently they shrunk down. So they were small for the rest of the episode, which was kind of funny. And what I like about the episode, it was, okay, first of all, they have a little Lego set, and then later on in the episode, and they put Ralph and Cisco in there, and there was like a little gray figure, and she explained, and Iris knows about it, because it was when Savitar was about to kill her. That is a season 3 reference, a season 3 villain reference. Like, well, not a reference, but no, it was last season. That happened last season. If you didn't know that, then if you didn't watch that last season, then I'm sorry. You shouldn't know anything ahead of time. You shouldn't know a lot. You should really catch up. And apparently they had atoms or cells and were kind of damaging, and so they only had about 10 hours until they get back to normal size again. And Barry asks the team to look into Big Sur's case, and the guy, the bald guy, might have been the guy who was the real person who shot the security guard that 15 years ago. And he might have confessed, but he might have did it in a different way, but and that was almost the end. Anyway, and Harry thought of a good idea, and so the big battle goes on. And Big Sur wanted to go and wanted to visit the monks, and when he got out, he wanted to go and visit the monks and go to a place, and go to Japan and China, and have a good ending. And apparently, now back to this. Big battle goes on. Harry versus I can't remember the villain name of the guy too. Dang it. The one with the shrinking powers. And shrinking abilities. Ugh. Man. I can't remember the guy's name. Anyway, he and Harry were a big battle. And then they thought of a good idea. He hit Harry, but he didn't get shrunk. So he put Cisco and Ralph in his pocket and hit them, and then he went back to normal size. And that totally worked. Whew, that was a close one. That was really close. And there might have been a lot of reference and a lot of Easter eggs, but I couldn't really necessarily tell. And the ending, Barry used his super speed. No, hang on. It was middle of the night, and they were all sleeping. And Barry wanted to do nice things. So, Barry took Big Sir, and he broke him out. And he used super speed to broke him out. And he took him to China. And hopefully, people do get happy endings, movie endings. And he said that because he also said, I met a girl, I fell in love with a girl who was way out of my league, and now she's my wife. Some people do have a good happy ending. Movie ending. Yes. That is sometimes true. That's sometimes true. Now, anyway, the guy who's in charge of the whole prison thing saw Barry, talked to Barry, and apparently, there was a little hidden camera in the little alarm thing, and he caught Barry out as the Flash. Oh crap, man, that was, oh my god. And then he knocked him out, and he took him to his other facility, and took him to his other place, and took other room, and he gave him a phone call, and he knows about it, and there's the one woman who has the ability, I can't remember her name, but she had the ability, and she had, her powers was, like, she had, you know what I mean, it's like I'm trying to envision what exactly I'm going to say. It's the ability to, like, make your fist, like, big and, like, all metal, but kind of concrete-like, and kind of thing. And other stuff is all other stuff that she does with it. I can't remember what the power was. Ugh. Great. Yeah. I've only seen her in the couple episodes that we've seen. I think, yeah, only a couple episodes, so I wouldn't necessarily know a lot. So, that is why I can't remember. That's it. That's why I can't remember. And apparently, she was in on it. And so she wanted him, he was in on that thing. I'm like, oh my god, this is so crazy. Man, I wonder how Barry is gonna get out of this one. Like, really. This might be the toughest thing that they have ever done in the history of the Flash in general. This might be the toughest thing that he will ever go through. Like, literally. Man, that was a good episode, man. Alright, and without further ado, that's the end of the review. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to smash the like button, hit the subscribe, tap that bell. And I'm hoping tomorrow I will do my Arrow review tomorrow, because it's noon tonight, and this episode might be a little more crazy. Just top-notch crazy. It might be that way. I won't know. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. See ya.